Did you know that human beings originated in Africa over 300,000 years ago? That makes African history not just regional, but foundational to all of world history. Today, we are embarking on a journey through time, tracing the epic story of this continent, visualized in ways you've never seen before. Forget the single narrative. This is a story of overlapping timelines, diverse cultures, and resilient people. Our journey begins at the very beginning. Around 300,000 years ago, Homo sapiens emerged in Africa. This is where our story truly starts. About 100,000 years before Common Era, these early humans began their migrations, spreading out across the globe. But before that, Africa was home, the sole stage for the first acts of the human drama. Fast forward to around 5000 BC, and we see organized farming taking root in Egypt. This marks a turning point, setting the stage for one of the world's first great civilizations. Around 3500 BC, a significant climate event reshapes the landscape. The Sahara begins to expand, pushing populations and influencing migration patterns across North Africa and the Sahel. It's a stark reminder that environmental changes have always been a powerful force in shaping human history. By 3100 BC, ancient Egypt rises as a unified state. Nama, the pharaoh, unites Upper and Lower Egypt, ushering in the First Dynasty and laying the foundations for millennia of pharaonic rule. South of Egypt, around 1700 BC, the kingdom of Kush emerges in what is now Sudan. Kush, a powerful neighbor, sometimes rival, and often trading partner, develops its own distinct culture and civilization. In 814 BC, Carthage is founded by the Phoenicians from Tyre, becoming a major power in North Africa and the Mediterranean. Carthage's story is one of trade, naval dominance, and ultimately, conflict with Rome. By 650 BC, iron-working technology spreads to North Africa, revolutionizing agriculture, warfare, and daily life. It's a testament to the ingenuity and innovation of African societies. In 631 BC, Greek colonists established Cyrene in North Africa, further diversifying the cultural landscape and creating new connections across the Mediterranean. From around 500 BC to 200 CE, the Nok culture flourishes in West Africa. Known for their remarkable terracotta sculptures, the Nok people were also early adopters of iron technology. The Persian Empire completes its conquest of Egypt in 341 BC. Then, in 331 BC, Alexander the Great conquers Egypt without resistance, ushering in a new Hellenistic era. In 146 BC, a decisive moment. Carthage is destroyed by Rome at the end of the Third Punic War. Its lands become the Roman province of Africa, marking a major shift in power dynamics in the Mediterranean. The Vandals cross from Spain into the Maghreb in 429 CE, further destabilizing the region and adding another layer to its complex history. From around 500 CE to 1240 CE, the Ghana Empire dominates West Africa. Controlling trade routes across the Sahara, Ghana becomes a wealthy and powerful kingdom. Around the 6th and 7th centuries CE, Aksum thrives in the region of modern Ethiopia and Eritrea. Its prosperity is built on trade across the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean. Aksum was a major commercial power, known for its monumental stele and its early adoption of Christianity. From the 7th century onward, Islam spreads rapidly across North Africa, transforming culture, law, and trade. Over time, it extends south of the Sahara and along the East African coast. By 1500, Islam has spread to regions of modern Nigeria and Sudan, and down the east coast of Africa, becoming a major force in shaping societies and cultures. From the 15th to the 19th centuries, European maritime expansion intensifies the Atlantic slave trade. Starting around 1441, Portuguese involvement marks a turning point, leading to the forced displacement of millions of Africans. In 1661, the British found a settlement at James Island on the Gambia River, a key site in the transatlantic slave trade. This marks the beginning of a long and brutal chapter in African history. The Berlin Conference of 1884 is a pivotal moment. European powers divide Africa among themselves, with no African representatives present. This act of imperial hubris sets the stage for decades of colonial rule and its lasting consequences. From 1884 to 1914, the scramble for Africa accelerates European conquest. By 1914, almost all of Africa is under European rule, except for Ethiopia and Liberia. World War I breaks out in Europe from 1914 to 1918, reshaping African colonial economies and labor systems. African soldiers are drawn into the conflict, and the war has a profound impact on the continent. In 1948, the National Party rises to power in South Africa, paving the way for apartheid legislation. This marks the beginning of a system of racial segregation and oppression that would last for decades. Libya becomes the first colonized African state to gain independence in 1951. This is a milestone, but often overlooked in narratives that focus on sub-Saharan Africa. In 1952, Egypt gains independence through the Free Officers' Revolution, marking a significant shift in the political landscape of the Middle East and Africa. 1960 is often called the Year of Africa, with major independence gains across the continent. Many nations achieve freedom, ushering in a new era of self-determination. Namibia becomes independent in 1990 after a long anti-apartheid and anti-colonial struggle. This marks the end of South African rule and a victory for the Namibian people. South Africa holds its first democratic elections in 1994, ending white minority rule and ushering in a new era of equality and justice. South Sudan becomes independent in 2011 after a long and bloody civil war. This marks the birth of a new nation, but also highlights the ongoing challenges of conflict and instability in the region. In the 2010s, Boko Haram escalates its attacks in northeastern Nigeria, including mass abductions of schoolgirls. This is a stark reminder of the ongoing challenges of terrorism and insecurity in parts of Africa. From ancient civilizations to modern struggles, the history of Africa is a testament to the resilience, ingenuity, and diversity of its people. It's a story that continues to unfold, shaping the world we live in today. How does understanding Africa's past shape our view of its future?